What's up, you guys? It's me, Efren, and Efra Santos, and today we are going to be doing the live review for Obi-Wan Kenobi, which
Well,
is going to be part four.
it is Star Wars. Yeah, I
So,
know you were gonna say Star
yeah,
Wars.
it is
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars, but it's Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is going to be part four.
Mm-hmm.
Which I gotta say, even though it was short, but it was definitely sweet. It did show how. I mean, it has a lot. We're gonna be talking a lot about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to go ahead before we actually get started. I just want to go ahead and give a special shout out to Invincible, Jason Beltran, and to Brandon Rons for supporting us on Patreon. Thank you so much, you guys. And if you haven't had a chance, make sure to click on the. I'm not sure we're gonna have the link right away, but make sure to check out our Patreon so that way you can go ahead and check out the different tiers and check out the different benefits and see which one benefits you the most.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, man, we're ready to get started. We did not talk much about it in our reaction, which we'll be posting later on. But we definitely did want to go ahead and at least talk about this whole episode and what we feel is going to be taking on the next few episodes. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good introduction. Thank you very much for that introduction, Efren. I like this show. I like the first three episodes very much. I like the introduction with Order 66 with part one and then part two. We have more of like Obi-Wan trying to find himself and finding out like more about what's going on with Obi-Wan and his relationship with Leia. And
Yeah.
part three is more like now we get the face to face for the very first time with Darth Vader. That's part three. And I love that. This episode is cool. It's short. It's 37 minutes.
When we saw, we're like, damn it, really
I was
that
like,
long?
oh man, we're gonna be getting one of those like short
Little
episodes.
short ones, but it was still cool.
It was still good. This is more. We're getting more of Tala, so we're getting more Tala, and more of like her experience with, the Emperor, as an officer, as an Imperial officer, and it's fine. I mean, this is okay. So Leia gets captured. Yeah, we focus more on Leia getting captured because at the cliffhanger of part three, Leia does get captured by Riva.
Yeah.
And then Tala, is it Tala or Tala? Tala.
Tala is the one who ends up
Tala saves Obi-Wan Kenobi from Vader from getting burned, and now we do see a burned Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You got a little taste of
It's
what
a little taste of what he did.
of Anakin, exactly. It's like how you say he's like, "You are what you made me.
I am what you made me.
I am what you made me." And damn, that was pretty deep there, because that's what.
Hey,
that's
dude,
what happened.
you know what? If anyone like decapitates my hand, like, dude, you would be pissed too. If you were Darth Vader, you'd be pissed. You know, if your homie burnt you, chop off your hand or anything. I would have done the same thing. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get that Obi guy. You know what? And I'm gonna make him suffer a little bit. I'm gonna burn him a little bit, and and just make him feel what I feel.
Just like you say, you should just finish me off when you have the chance. Now the tables are gonna turn, and there's gonna be some crazy shit going down, and that's what happened in part three, which was just to start a little whiff of what he can do and how crazy he is compared to all the other Vaders that he had played. But this has just been crazy, dude.
So Leia gets captured. I'm not gonna say Leia gets captured again because
she's only been through the whole mess.
Technically, this is the first time she gets captured, but in the whole Star Wars,
time.
No, this is the first time or second time.
The first time when they actually captured her and they took her and to go use her as a
So
ransom.
it seems like Leia is just prone to getting captured. She always gets captured, and a Jedi
she doesn't listen. She's a little
does not listen, so she just gets captured. I thought Darth Vader was going to
finally like
see a child. I'm like, wait a minute.
The Force is strong with her. Wait a minute.
The Force is strong with this one too. What's going on?
I feel like it's my Force too.
Like the Force and me and her are kind of like somewhat connected. So I thought Darth Vader was going to get there in time and see, Riva's capture.
I wonder if Riva were to hurt Leia and then all of a sudden he finds out
Here's her camera.
like that's my daughter, like, is he gonna go crazy or is he like not gonna?
I don't think Reva knows the relationship between.
Yeah, neither. I don't think.
Or does she though? Because didn't Leia? Oh yeah, she does. Because didn't Leia ask Reva? So you know what happened to my father? And Reva's like, yes. As a matter of fact, I do. And I am looking for the person that did this to your father.
Wow, but then
Trying to put
but
that kid together.
Yeah, but how did she not put that puzzle together?
Who, Leia?
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't say it was Darth Vader. Obviously, because Leia doesn't know that Darth Vader is her father. Like, Leia knows nothing about that. The only time Leia found out about her lineage with Vader is when Luke tells her that in, I believe, either Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi. So I believe it's Empire Strikes Back. So, yeah. So that's, like, the only time I can, like, recall Leia knowing anything about her lineage and her relationship with Luke, and she feels it, and it's like, oh, okay, you are kind of related to me, even though if I kind of, made out with you the first time, which I don't feel like, I don't know, that was weird. I heard that there was more, they did a little bit more than made out, but then again, that could be fan fiction. I don't know. There's no proof, or there could be proof, but I don't know if there was like any proof of them actually. Anyway, yeah, it's a little bit dark, but yeah. So we get more of Reva. I actually like Reva. I like Reva in the story.
Yeah.
She does shine a light on this. She's annoying.
She's annoying, but as an actress, she's doing a great freaking
She's
job
annoying
at
to
it.
the Inquisitors. The Inquisitors
Exactly.
are annoyed of her.
Everybody is, except for Darth Vader. Darth Vader doesn't give a shit. He just
Because
wants to find
she's really trying to prove something to Vader. She's trying to prove something to Anakin, and she feels like, if I do all this, make him proud, maybe I can be his
the
next
Grand Inquisitor.
I can be
Her
the
goal is
next
to
Grand
become the
Inquisitor.
Grand Inquisitor. That's
Right.
her goal.
That's why she killed the Grand Inquisitor, the first one, right?
Yeah.
So she's really trying to prove something to Vader. And I like the fact when Princess Leia does get captured and she busts out like, I'm the Princess of Alderaan, like, oh, that's something that Carrie Fisher's Princess Leia would say. She was like, who are you? I thought for a minute I thought Obi-Wan's gonna dress up as a stormtrooper, and Leia's gonna be like, aren't you a little bit too tall for her to be a stormtrooper? Little New Hope callback right there.
Oh man.
Yeah, but she just seems to always get captured. This is her second time in New Hope. She gets captured again, and and it almost gets tortured again, or not again, but for the very first time, because she does get tortured by a probe droid in A New Hope. You remember that when Vader captures her?
Yeah, but that's
For the very first time, and then start using a probe droid to get information out of her.
Yeah.
See, which I have questions about. Like, why didn't Vader, as strong as he is, in The New Hope, why didn't he use the Hand Force, just like all these other Jedi like Jedi's and Inquisitors? Like, you know how Reva's like doing the Hand Force and trying to get information.
transfer.
And even what's the guy's name from the new Star Wars that I barely watch? Kylo Ren. What Kylo Ren does the same thing with Poe. Tries to get information using that Hand Force. Like, what? How come like Vader didn't do the same thing with Leia, or did he? In The New Hope. I'm wondering.
I don't think he did in New Hope.
Yeah, so I wonder, like, how come he needed to use a probe droid to get information out? So if you guys know anything about that, what's the relevance?
Yeah, exactly. That would be
relevance
good to know.
with the whole, the hand thing, because I barely, like, I just got to know that in like the new Star Wars films, like the whole hand thing, and I guess everyone's been doing that for a while already. All the Inquisitors been doing like the hand thing, trying to get information from you. So, like, to me, I think that's like a new power. Yeah.
Well, I wonder why he didn't use it. Now that I'm starting.
Well,
to
in
think
A New
about it.
Hope, like, he used a pro droid, so as powerful as he is, why didn't he? But then again, Leia Organa is force sensitive, and she becomes a Jedi. She does wield the
So maybe there's
the
only
saber
certain people
in the
that-
new Star Wars films.
So maybe he kind of already figured like, oh, she's force sensitive. I can't just pull. And
Well, Reva even says like, "Oh,
They can feel
the
that.
force is strong in you, because she is the daughter of her father Anakin, so she feels that the force is strong with you, so I can't just like pull information out of you because she can block it."
That's what I have to
And
use.
it seems like even for a person at her age, being a young Jedi and everything, she can probably block people from like gathering information and stuff like that.
Yeah, from getting into her head.
And thank you guys for just tuning in. So we're just talking about just a little bit about like what's going on with Princess Leia and her relationship with Riva, and what's going on with Riva, and what's going on with her mind, and what she wants to do, and yeah, basically her motive. But she's got a lot.
Let's also talk about Ice Cube's son, man.
Oh, Ice Cube!
What's up with that?
Straight out of Alderaan. No,
yeah,
straight out of Coruscant. No, is it Coruscant?
Roku is the character.
Dude, we got Ice Cube in here. Yeah. We got what's his name again? O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son. Mm-hmm. So he's coming in and he's playing a role in Star Wars. So he's one of the rebellions.
Yep, which is really cool to see.
Straight out of Compton, NWA.
Straight from Compton,
we got NWA, freaking rebel.
He went from straight out of Compton and straight into the jets.
I would say straight out of Coruscant. That would be like the new title.
Straight out of Coruscant.
I didn't know. I was like, oh, dude, that's Ice Cube. I was like, nah. Well, I meant Ice Cube, as in he played Ice Cube in Straight Out of Compton. And that is Ice Cube's son, who played himself, who played Ice Cube in Straight Outta Compton, NWA. When I put it, I'm like, maybe not him. But then I had to look a little bit more. Like, hey, that is him.
That is him, right? Which is pretty cool to see.
Some like you wouldn't think that like he would play these roles, but he's an actor. Different actors play like different roles and stuff. So it's nice to see him like do something that's not too serious or fictional, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and what was also cool.
Or sci-fi, right? Because I've never seen him do sci-fi films before. Not that I know of.
That's true. Me neither.
Yeah.
So. It's always just been
like serious type of films, mostly. Like our realistic type of films. Who knows? But yeah, we don't see too much of him. But I guess we're gonna see more of him because we do see him at the end of the episode. Right? So I guess he's going to be playing a big role. Just like how Tala is playing a big role. Our Game of Thrones, one of our Game of Thrones...
I thought they were going to off with her on this episode.
I thought so too.
Like, no
that
way.
was a good move that she did. That was a good move.
Yeah, she got herself out of it. That's what she's a double spy.
She actually prevented, from Leia getting probed or getting tortured because, of course, they needed some sort of torture...
Yeah.
Some torture chair to get information out of her to make her talk. Because
I'd say if James Bond was a female, Tala is the version of James Bond.
Tala would definitely be.
She was crazy the way she went right into the enemy's den and still managed to come back out.
I mean, she was risking it. She was like, "Yeah, I am a spy."
Yeah, she got. How many times did she get questioned? Like,
but I'm spying for you, Riva, because I'm your girl. Because I'm your girl. And Riva's like, "Oh, no." I ain't buying it. I am not buying it.
You're a spy.
I am not buying that. You're either lying or lying to me or lying for me, but you are a pretty good liar. Which comes to the part where they get saved and Riva supposedly, when Vader was questioning her, like, what did you do? He was about to kill her. And she said, "Oh, I did this. This was like my plan to track them."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Wait a minute, did she just lie to Vader?" And Vader fell for that. And I was like, "Wait a minute, Vader did not just like fall for that because he's not that naive." But then again, Anakin was naive to fall for the Emperor's tricks into killing the Jedi and to starting the Jedi purge. So he is a bit naive. Yeah, we can get a lot of that right now, right?
Especially right now, the way he is, he's just trying to go after Obi, so he could just. Listen to anything just to kind of get his hands on those.
Again, we still have a young Anakin. So this young Anakin, he's 7 years older from Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. So this Anakin's still naive. As he's still clouded by the dark side. He's still clouded by the Emperor. Like the Emperor is like his number one, and Obi-Wan Kenobi is like the main guy that he really wants to get right now. So that's his main focus. And speaking of Jedis, dude, are they collecting Jedis as tokens and you know,
Well, we did see a
in the
youngling.
tomb. Is that a Jedi tomb?
Yeah, we did see youngling, but the others, it didn't look like they were all Jedi's. It just looked like there was a bunch of
I think there were a couple that
specific.
were like Jedi's,
Yeah,
but
some of them did look
he's
like Jedi's, so, but
right,
not
and
all
some
of
of
them.
them kind of didn't look like Jedi's, but I
Yeah.
wasn't so sure. So you guys let us know
What you guys think it
if
is?
those are all Jedi's, and I'm sure there were some Jedi's out there that a lot of the big fans, Star Wars fans, might have, you know, reminded them of. Like there's like a
Possibly.
lot of Jedi's there that you know maybe some people are familiar with.
Yeah, with some certain
You
Jedi's.
know, because they were like panning with like the different capsules, and at first I thought they were trying to do like what they're trying to do with Grogu, where is it the midichlorians? Are they trying to extract blood from him? Is Emperor Palpatine planning this already, trying to get blood, midichlorians out of Jedi's?
And it's
Because
starting
it looks
now.
like they're preserving them, but I don't know. They look pretty fresh to me. What do you think?
Ooh,
Is
maybe.
this?
Maybe
I
this
mean,
could be
are
like
they
the
trying to
starter.
connect this with the whole like midichlorians with you know just trying to extract some blood? I'm not sure because again, you know, you kill a Jedi, don't they disappear usually? Right?
That's true. Look
But
at,
or
look
does
at
a
the rest of them.
Jedi or do Jedi's only disappear when they reach a certain age? Because I know that in A New Hope, when Darth Vader did that one single blow before Obi-Wan said, "Strike me down, and I will be the most powerful than I've ever been," or
Yeah.
something, even more powerful than you. So he actually disappeared
He
before Darth Vader was able to like
he
slice
busted a
him.
Houdini move on and he just
So
disappeared.
do they disappear? Even in the new Star Wars, Leia disappears. I mean, do they just disappear when they're and Luke disappears in the new Star Wars in the
But
sequels?
then he comes back.
And do they disappear when they reach a certain age? Yoda disappeared too in the Return of the Jedi. So do Jedi's disappear when they reach a certain age? When they get like if they die out of old age, or do they just disappear? You know, after you kill them, because
Yeah.
I know that Qui-Gon didn't disappear in episode 1 of the
No,
Phantom
he
Menace
died. He actually died.
when Darth Maul, was stabbed Qui-Gon with his
Yeah.
lightsaber. Like he didn't disappear; they actually burnt him.
Yeah, they burnt him. How they do it when they let him go? They went. Started
Darth
fire.
Vader didn't disappear in Return of the Jedi. Luke actually burnt him. Well, which is ironic because you know that the birth of Darth Vader was him getting burnt, and the death of Darth Vader was of him getting burnt. So he was cremated.
He was cremated.
The birth of Darth Vader is
This-
cremation.
This, let's,
Burn.
let's make
The,
sure we do
the
it right.
end of Darth Vader is cremation. So I was like, oh, okay, the irony in that, right?
Yeah. Let's make sure we do it right this time. We don't want him
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Let's burn him this time, right? And then of course, Luke was watching the whole time, like, I'm gonna make sure you get turned into dust this time because I don't know, you might come back again.
Yeah, and
Like, yeah.
bite us in the ass.
In which at one point Kylo Ren found his helmet, took his helmet, and yeah. But yeah, man. So yeah, that's my question. What are they doing? Or are they trophies? I mean, it's a tomb, but then you can see them, or are they just pictures? So I'm gonna have to rewatch that again. I
Possibly
know.
see exactly what I honestly think they're just either preserving them for.
You
to
think they're
pull
being
out-
preserved?
Yeah, for to abstract the because just because there might not be Jedi's, they might also be force sensitive. So they might just
Yeah,
already
you're
feel them
good-
and be like, you know
good-
what?
good point.
Let's go ahead and
Good
start.
point. Because you know what? Not everyone who's force sensitive is a Jedi. Just like that one guy from Rogue One, one of the rebels. I forgot his name, but that one martial artist played him, something Jar or something. But
Yeah, he was the guy that who
the blind guy with the stick.
and
You
he
know how it's like the
wasn't-
forces with me, and
Yeah.
I'm with the force, the force is with me, and I'm with the force, the force.
Yeah.
So
and he
I
found
was like,
it
dude,
blood.
is this guy about to like bust out like, you know, a lightsaber out of nowhere from his stick?
Yeah, that'd
See,
be crazy.
he was
Imagine-
force sensitive, but he never wielded he never got a crystal for his
lightsaber.
for his lightsaber. So, and there are also other droids out. There is actually a droid that's force sensitive as well.
Oh shit!
See, so there are
They overloaded him.
there are a lot of people out there who are force sensitive but never practice the Jedi. Just it's like saying there are a lot of people
because
who
not all
are
of them
religious
make it.
but don't really practice it, or who are part of, who are of that religion but don't practice it a lot. You know what I mean? So that's it's a good little like reference to with religion and
So
stuff.
that's kind of what I'm thinking, that they either gonna
Force
preserve them
sensitive,
because
and they just so you think they're trying to extract like Palpatine is already like determined to get like
because
that's why he's getting the Inquisitors to hunt the Jedi's, because he's trying to get some blood out of him as well.
Yeah, to return to, because look at, he needed what they needed, Grogu. They wanted to extract all that blood.
But remember, this Grogu was like years after.
Yeah. So
after Return of the
this
Jedi,
could be already like the beginning stage. This is where it really started, where they started doing the research. And
you think this is how they started doing the research with the midichlorians?
I think all of this probably happened because some shit worked with.
But they didn't have any scientists there, though. That's the thing, though. They didn't have any clone scientists, because usually, then again, wait, did they have a? Wait, what was that symbol that they had?
They already had the clones.
No, I know, but usually you have clone scientists there to be watching for that. Once they're extracting, you have like scientists in there, like clone scientists.
Maybe they collected a whole different scientists.
I
Who
don't
knows?
So.
I feel like they have a side project going on, and they're gonna need it, because I'm sure that Jedi's blood or
but
something
see that part
special.
wasn't explained too much, because all Obi-Wan said, this looks like a tomb. But when you look at it, they look like they're frozen in time.
They look like
you know what I mean?
From the film. What was the episode with what's his name? Damn it! I completely went blank.
Which one? Which film?
What's his name? Ends up
Gets
getting frozen.
What's that movie? With Sylvester Stallone.
I think it was in episode 2.
Wait, are you talking about Star Wars or a different film?
Star Wars.
Okay, who gets frozen? You're talking about like
on episode? No, it wasn't episode 2.
Okay,
It was probably episode 5 or something like that.
Of what? The movie?
Yeah, the film.
Episode 5 is The Empire Strikes Back.
I had to be holding on. No,
don't search for it. Don't search it, because usually you take like 10 minutes looking for this, and we don't got that kind of time. But anyway, while Efren likes to, stop and like take like 30 minutes looking for something, I like the fact that Obi-Wan Kenobi, in that back
Solo. Damn it! How are you doing?
That's not even episode 5.
But what?
That's just Solo.
What do you mean? In Empire Strikes Back, he did come out in episode 5. So that could have been when he was already frozen.
It's called Empire Strikes Back. It's not called Han Solo.
Okay, but that was still episode 5, regardless.
Okay, so what about it?
Wasn't that where he was all frozen? Like where he was...
Oh, bro, they've been doing that in The Mandalorian, bro.
Exactly, but what I'm talking about, like, also in the episodes. Because you were mentioning, they look like they were also frozen. Like,
Din Djarin does the same thing, right? He freezes all his bounties.
Yeah, his bounties, and he takes them too. Okay, point is, like, that looks to me like it's just like something to just hold them, like something to freeze them, just to hold them until whatever they're gonna do with them. Because other than that, why might as well just kill him and get rid of him.
But they didn't kill him. They that's
exactly, that's like a something to completely like isolate them and freeze them and
keep them as trophies or whatever, right? Like that's what Din Djarin does in The Mandalorian.
So maybe
he freezes them, and just like Boba Fett does the same thing. All those bounty hunters, they freeze them and then take them to whoever the bounty is. But this is different. The way he says this is a tomb, he's also stating that like they're dead already, so they're not being preserved. He's calling it a tomb because they're dead. But when you look at it, either that's like a picture of them, like freaking the Inquisitors take a snapshot of them and kill them, and then just like put it in the wall, or they're preserving them. And from what I'm gathering, based on, I don't recognize all the characters there, but I did see a youngling, from the Jedi Purge. I saw a couple of people there that looked like Jedi's because of their robes and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm under the impression that maybe they are all Jedi's, or maybe just force sensitive, like you mentioned earlier.
So if that's the case, and
But why though? Why preserve it? That's the question.
Well,
You know. And
maybe
then
it's
like
their
Obi-Wan
blood.
didn't say anything about that.
But we're gonna find out. You know, we'll
We'll
see
find
what's
out in
gonna
the
end
next
up
one.
happening. You know, and that's what I think that they're gonna try to focus on all of that, like having to finally figure out exactly what the hell is going on, because like they said, nobody's ever dared to even go and go into the base until Obi-Wan decided to go to rescue Leia, and then he ends up finding out. So maybe that might open up that story more and exactly what's happening, and can even explain with some of the what was happening with Grogu when they tried to abstract his blood. You know, so
I
I
mean,
feel like there's a project going on.
the thing is, like, I don't want to keep seeing like stories about just the midichlorians. You know, let's kind of, and I get it because Obi-Wan is, this is a story about Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. You know, and like we're talking about like what happened within the years before A New Hope. You know, because a lot's happened. Like it's been so many years while the twins are growing up. There's got to be more than just like that. What happened of
Yeah,
like A New Hope. So I want to see more of that, but I don't know what those are. Maybe it's just a tomb. We could be just overthinking it. Maybe it's just
that's
a
true.
tomb.
Or maybe they're just portraits.
No, it's just a tomb. It's just and they look like Jedi's to me. So they could be like
You know,
they could
you
be
know what
all Jedi's.
I was thinking like, is there a possibility that they might even show a Jedi that we might have been like, oh, we know who that is, like Mace Windu or someone, that could have been.
But see,
We could
the
have
way
that would have been crazy. If
the
it
way it
did.
was shot though, the way it was shot, every capsule was, it's like Deborah Chow was just like, okay, let's focus a shot on each one of these capsules, because they could be, a lot of the fans might be familiar with some of these characters. Just like a youngling. When they show a youngling, oh, okay, yeah, definitely. We know how that younglings look.
Yeah.
We know how they look like in the temple. That's how they're dressed when they train.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's again. I don't know. They could all be. I'm gonna have to watch it again and maybe do my search on all the Jedi's in the Jedi Purge, like who died, who got caught. But like technically, in general, I think there's been so many Jedi's that survived the purge, and
Oh
that's
yeah.
why
Bunch of them.
Vader and Palpatine or whoever, that's why they're hiring these Inquisitors, who, by the way, some of these Inquisitors used to be Jedi's, by the way,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So I'm sure the
Dude, I would
the
want
Emperor
to
got
see.
to them.
I would want to see.
There's a lot of Jedi's out there right now. There's a lot of Jedi's out there right now, and the Inquisitors are being hired right now to hunt every Jedi. That's the whole point, because there's just so many of them. You can tell because like look at the Inquisitors, like they're hunting for them hard. They didn't wipe out everyone. There's a bunch of I got to say there's got to be like thousands of Jedi's in the whole, like thousands, maybe even more. And the only ones that we know of that died was like during the Jedi Purge in certain temples, in Coruscant and whatnot.
That's true, cause
In the city of the Wookiees, we had Jedi's there. I mean, the Jedi's were scattered all over the place.
yeah,
And each Jedi had like a lieutenant, a clone lieutenant with them, right?
yeah,
So
and I mean
I'm sure they weren't able to wipe out all of them.
that's true.
They were
So
all spread out.
we'll see. Hopefully, we end up seeing more Jedi's. Also do want to see.
Oh, we did see one Jedi.
Yeah.
He was in part one of the series,
He
and
was, I just feel like he was just forced. I don't think he was really a Jedi.
he was a Jedi.
Oh yeah, no wait.
He was a Jedi,
He didn't
dude.
even have a.
He
didn't even have
did a
lightsaber.
force push, and like even Riva and the other Inquisitors were like, I can sense you guys. If I know for a fact that if I try to kill this bartender right now, you Jedi's have this like tendency to save somebody.
It's in the
like,
nature.
like an
It's in the
itch,
nature.
like it's an itch to save.
Y'all got any more lives to save?
So either you come up right now and show yourself, or I'll kill this bartender right in front of you, and it's gonna be your fault that he dies. Freaking Jedi just comes out and saves him. You know, but he dies at the end, by the way, so it sucks.
That sucks. He did.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We don't even know what happened to those younglings. In the temple in that first introduction of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Part 1. Remember? That one Jedi who saved the younglings? Like, come on, kids. And she was doing all these, like, tricks and stuff like that.
She got hit at the end. Bah, bah.
Oh, so let's talk about the wielding, finally, the second wielding of the lightsaber with Ewan McGregor. So what do you think about that?
It was okay.
It's okay.
It was okay. It wasn't like the best. I honestly was more excited with.
But
Vader.
you know why his wielding is not all that great, right?
I know it sucks.
You know why, right?
Well, yeah, because he hasn't trained.
He hasn't been training for a
while.
while, so he's slow.
But I just feel like if you're a Jedi,
and
you should
he's injured.
Good.
I know he's been in the back of the tank, but he's also still a bit weak right now because of what happened with him in the fire. So he's still.
That's true. That's true. That I didn't take that into consideration. So that could be the reason why. But he did kind of look like he was little by little getting back in the game. He's getting back in the bike.
His motivation is Leia right now. His motivation is to protect Leia.
Yeah, and I think that's what's making him better by the day.
This kind of, I think what Deborah Chow was trying to do is let's do what the Mandalorian did best. Let's put a underdog hero with a child, and I think they're trying to do the same thing with this Obi-Wan Kenobi with a child Leia. It's all about the connection between him, father-like, and a child that he needs to protect. It's the same thing with like the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Like you have Din Djarin and you got Grogu, Obi-Wan, Leia, right? So Deborah Chow's like, oh well, it works for them, so let me do it this way.
No, he was a part of both Leia and Luke's life, so he was really like technically like a stepfather to them.
Like a father, like an
father.
uncle, like an uncle. He was like
uncle,
like an awesome uncle.
It's like
a godfather. He's like a godfather.
It's like Leia say, "Are you my father?" Oh no, I wish. But it was funny. It was in part 2,
he says,
part 3.
I wish it was.
I wish I was.
But then again, I could be because like your mother and I, when Luke was not around. I mean, when Anakin was not around. No, just kidding. No way. that would be messed up. Yeah, but that's all I can think. Also, there was that black trooper. I think he might be a Death Trooper.
Oh yeah.
All black. So I thought that might be a Death Trooper, but then again, no. Maybe just another high rank trooper. So they come in different colors as well. So you got the shock troopers, you got the shock troopers. I know it was one, but you got the desert troopers in the Mandalorian, which is the short troopers. They're all gray or yellowish, and then you got this one trooper all black and everything. It looks like Vader, by the way.
all the black ones also.
So those are like the Death Troopers.
Yeah, which one are the ones that kind of like the fly? Don't they also wear sometimes black when they were?
Those
cadets?
are like the rocket boosters or something.
Yeah, they're like the speed. But they were also dressed up.
And then you got the Scout Troopers too, right? Scout Troopers have like a different design helmet. Who usually scouts. The Scout Troopers that I remember. The last time I saw a Scout Trooper was that one episode when Grogu was abducted. In I forget which episode, but season 1 of The Mandalorian. Grogu got abducted by the Scout Trooper sent by. Sent by what's his name? Same guy, Edgar. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna call him Edgar now because I was just finished watching The Boys. Edgar. Yeah. So yeah, man. Is there anything else that you can? It's a very short episode. So
it was, and like I said, I mean, it was still good. Yeah. I mean, at least we got to see some action of them having to go into the actual base and somehow manage to get her out. It was pretty slick of Reva for having to put that actual tracker onto, was it Lola, the robot?
I think it was like a plan C, just in case anything goes wrong. She did that.
But see, that's what I want to know. It's like, was Reva really slick enough to like say, you know what, this is gonna end up happening. Let me go ahead and do this now, or she just messed with it just in case. It's like, hey, at least if she ever goes back home, we can still spy on her.
I think it was a plan C. just in case anything happens.
Yeah.
Because again, like she's force sensitive, so I'm sure she. No, there's no way she would have predicted anything because like she was just about to torture Leia and get some information out of her. The only thing that stopped her from doing that was Tala. You know,
Yeah, Tala and Obi.
summoning her. Tala summoning her, you know, the Imperial officer. And I like that, by the way.
Yeah,
when
that
she-
was crazy. She had the
when
balls
she's
to
like,
do that.
excuse me, like that one, what is he again? I don't know what rank he was, but it was like, excuse me.
Oh yeah, the officer at the front.
I'm your Imperial officer. You don't
He's like,
question.
who are you?
A commanding? No, she said you don't.
Commander for-"
Yeah, I'm a commanding officer. You don't question the commanding officer, and I like that.
Yeah, but he was when she asked him like, who are you? Like, oh yeah, I'm.
That's a wrong-
I'm the head guard. Or
Yeah, what's your ID number?
Right here. What's your ID
I
number?
thought
You're gonna have to come with me.
I thought Bill Burr was gonna pop up like, hey, that's Brown Eyes. Don't worry. That's Brown Eyes. Hey, Brown Eyes.
Hey, Balance, how are you, huh?
Yeah, different timeline, but yeah, it's a good show. There's, I think that's pretty much it as far as like what I could remember.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't really much. It was just more of a saving Leia.
I would say this might
Getting
have
out.
been
Oop.
the weaker
Episode of it.
episode of the four. I mean, if you're gonna do an episode after the meeting of Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi,
You would
or
wanna-
reunion of Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi,
Yeah. You want to spice that
this
up.
would probably be like the weakest. But then again, I wouldn't want every. Well, maybe I do.
Yeah, I do.
Maybe I do, but at the same time, it's like you can't expect every episode to be like that. Even The Mandalorian season 1 and season 2 have their weak episodes too.
So
It's
did
still
so
good.
did Boba Fett as well.
It's Boba Fett has a few
No.
weak
Nah, get outta
episodes. Get out of here. It has a few. Dude, Boba Fett was weak. All right, to me, honestly, Boba Fett was weak, but I still like the last 3 episodes of Boba Fett. To be honest with you,
It was
I like Boba Fett for what it is. It's not the strongest of the Star Wars series in Disney Plus. I'll be honest, but it's not as great as like the Mandalorian season 2. But I would still say Boba Fett is still a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So above all, we're gonna say Mandalorian takes the cake.
for now.
And then it's Obi.
I like Obi-Wan.
And
Obi-Wan,
then-
and we'll
and
see
then
how
Boba
Ahsoka
Fett.
Tano comes. But
Yeah.
when season 3 of the Mandalorian comes out,
Oh yeah, that's gonna blow away everything.
I mean they've already been teasing it in Star Wars Celebration, and only those lucky ones who actually participated in the Star Wars Celebration, who actually attended Star Wars Celebration, saw the the Mandalorian season 3
What's gonna be
Teaser.
happening?
teaser. So
Yeah, even the costumes, they look great.
So yeah, I guess that's that. Unless if you have anything for this episode, part 4 of
So-
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
So basically, we rate this at like, let's say 6 out of 10.
We're rating now. I never rated any of the
Just messing with
episodes,
you guys.
but
No, but I mean, regardless, I still had a good time just watching, the whole thing. From just because I liked having to see.
I
Obi
expected this.
trying
I expected
hard.
this because I knew it was gonna be a 37
See, I
minute.
just like it because I just like to see how Obi tries really hard when it comes down to Leia. But if it wasn't for Leia, like
He
he's
probably
just-
would have been
he's
just like
"Eh,
that hermit. Yeah.
I'm going back to my station and go work and live my life boring.
But don't underestimate Obi-Wan Kenobi. Remember, he does get stronger. Like
For
A
sure.
New Hope, he was strong. He was slicing people with one blow. Like Darth Maul, that one alien dude in the cantinas, with Luke Skywalker. Like he was slicing people with one blow. So he's a very powerful Jedi. He's just rusty.
Yeah, and he does end up killing Darth Maul at the end. So
Yeah.
And when
He
he's
sliced,
old.
he sliced them with one
when
blow.
he was old,
Yeah,
so
he was
that
old.
right here he's still like
Younger.
getting
He's
back
still
into
young.
it, like,
he's
he's
still
in-
young. Yeah.
it was like Rocky Balboa getting back in the ring.
It's like this Obi-Wan Kenobi is like Rocky
The last
4 or
Rocky.
something. No, Rocky 5. This is like Rocky 5. Yeah, I think this is Rocky.
One last one, buddy. One
Come here,
last
get over here,
one.
Tommy.
Come
Hey, get
here.
over, Tommy. One last round.
One last round. You're
it's
not
like,
ready.
Or just like Rocky 6, like Obi-Wan Kenobi. But yeah, and that's it, guys. This is your part 4 review of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Tell us what you think. Put your comments below. like and subscribe. You know,
Yep.
if you like.
Thank you so much for the viewers. We greatly appreciate you
Yeah,
guys
we'll see
sticking
more of you
around
guys.
at midnight. To hear us out and
Look at Efren's eyes.
be on top of it.
Look, he's tired.
I am a little tired, but I did like it. Was definitely well worth it. It's always well worth it when I watch a new episode, whether if it's this. But make sure to stick around because we are going to be doing The Boys on Friday. Because it comes out
yeah.
Friday. So
Definitely
Friday,
doing a review on that.
make sure to stick around for that.
Midnight.
At midnight.
I hope it's midnight because man, they be like releasing these a little bit earlier than midnight now. So sometimes it's hard to tell if they really mean midnight, or like, quarter till midnight. You know?
I know. Lately
Because this
they've
one
been
came
coming
out a
out.
little bit early. This one came out maybe a few minutes maybe early. It wasn't like midnight. 'Cause it was
What's
weird.
been going on?
Very weird indeed.
But yeah, make sure to stick around for The Boys. I mean, man, if you guys have been
Yeah, we're going to
watching
be doing a
season
live
3,
review on all 4 episodes because I know they did a 3. Did they release all 3
Yeah.
episodes? Yeah.
So we watched it and we actually did a reaction video to each episode. So now we're gonna be doing our live review. So make sure to stick around because it is wild.
It is
wicked.
wild, dude. The
Dude.
Boys is actually doing pretty good.
Yeah, dude, that is freaking badass.
I love
dude.
Star Wars, and I also love The Boys.
Yeah.
The Boys is just like,
Oi, butcher.
that's pretty good. He's been copied like, oh, butcher, like trying to speak like me, like Aussie, huh? Yeah.
It's just a knacker.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh, yeah, just don't.
You're about to see vagina, huh? And then he's told that to the little
It's-
kid.
It's
That
just
shit
a, yeah, I was about to say that. Boy. You're about to say the V word.
You're about to see vagina. Like this kid. But yeah, man, we have a lot to talk about that because we are going to be doing episode 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Live review on that.
A live review on all 4 episodes. So it's going to be a good one. And hopefully you guys can stick around to watch that as well.
But don't get me wrong, Deborah Chow. I love you. I love you, and I love the fact that you're doing Obi-Wan Kenobi because I'm liking this show.
Oh, yeah.
I like the fact that
I
you
hope
put
that-
2 episodes back to back on the pilot, back to back. I love that you did that, and I love the fact that you put part 3. You put Darth Vader and Obi-Wan like right away in part 3. I thought we were gonna see him like
Yep.
maybe in part 5.
Yeah, like towards the end.
towards the end, but you literally just put him right there, and then we get to hear James Earl Jones again. And I was like, oh, James Earl Jones. I love that. This episode was more like a filler. I don't know if it's a filler.
It kind of looked like a filler.
Because remember, we have only 7 episodes
6.
total. So we only have 6 episodes, really?
With 2 more episodes to
So
go.
this is our
The-
4th episode. I was
It's
surprised.
supposed to end June 22nd, so I think that's 2 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
So if it does, I have a very strong feeling, like a force feeling,
The
Force.
Force is strong in this one.
that this next episode is gonna be like
Big.
fucking big.
What, it would probably be an hour? Okay,
Probably like
What-
I say it's gonna be
I say
about
an hour?
and like
10 minutes.
that's what I was about to say
Yeah.
too.
Because they did that with the book of Boba. The
Yeah.
last episode was an hour. It was long, the longest one.
like hour 15, something like that.
An hour and 10 minutes. So you put your comments below. What do you think? What's the duration time on the next
Mm-hmm.
episode? I think, I'm with you on that. I think the reason why this one's short is because they're really planning on a big one on the next one.
Yeah.
Like, they just want to put something right away and then like,
I
okay.
think this is where we're finally.
This is more like a filler. Kind of like a...
I feel like this next episode is where Obi and probably Reva get down.
I think
they get down to business.
I think part 5, because we're in part 4. I think part 5 is going to be a very...
Yeah, and then the following episode, the last episode will be with Obi and Vader. So it's gonna be like Obi and Reva on this next one. Get rid of her, or whatever. Something happens.
Obi-Wan, the last time we have met. Or was it? What did he say? Last time we've dueled, I was what? Wait, he said I was the student, but now I am the master.
I am a master.
So is that the final duel? The 6th one? Is that what Obi-Wan, Anakin Skywalker was referring to? Last time we met, I was the student, now I am the master. I don't think so. You know what I think? I think there's going to be a season 2.
I hope so, too.
I think there's going to be more to it.
I feel like there is.
I think there's going to be more to it because remember, Leia is still a child. Luke is still a child. You put a season 2, they're still growing. I think we're gonna have.
Yeah, they could be like a mid, like teenagers.
I
now
think
at that
they've
age.
extended Ewan McGregor's contract to like at least 4 seasons.
Yeah, because
I
that'd
kid
be
you
awesome.
not. I think so. There's so many stories to tell. Mm-hmm. And Ewan McGregor's still young, so
That's true.
there's still so many stories to tell.
There's
with
gonna be
everyone.
plenty of Inquisitors to take down.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of new enemies.
Jedi's, more Jedi's to meet. Mace Windu as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, guys.
This wraps it up. Thank you
wraps
so
it up.
much for watching. We greatly appreciate you guys. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But other than that, we are basically out, you guys. So take care for now. They can find you where?
And Aubrey Freely _81. That is my IG Instagram.
Nice. And they can find me on Efra Santos. Or you can also look us up at Crown Gambit. Make sure to add us. And you can DM us there as well. And thank you so much for all the viewers for sticking around. We greatly appreciate you guys. And if you guys have any questions, make sure to hit us up. Make sure to hit us up on the comment section as well if you guys have any thoughts about it. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah,
for
what
the
did you think
boys.
about this episode? Exactly. All right.
Peace out, you guys. Take care.
May the Force be with you.